Hey guys, we have the longly awaited Fnatic versus G2 VOD review. I know, it's been a while. I know, I've been delaying it. It's been such an exciting series. I saw bits and pieces of it from highlights, from voice comms, so I'm very excited to review it in its full glory. So let's go. So I thought this series would be 3-0 for G2. I didn't think Fnatic stood a chance. The drafts and the game plan, the first two games from Fnatic were just very well done, and I think they targeted G2 where it really hurts, and I really want to talk about that. Well, that was actually a ban I was really surprised by. Alright, we can talk about this. So I think Hillsong's best champion, or his two best champion, are Pyke and Rakan. So them self-banning Rakan was really surprising. So they need to be taking something really valuable in first pick, because this ban is going towards here. This ban is going towards 1 and 2 to make sure they don't pick it on 1 and 2. So all the other bans are just very, very normal. Yasuo, Kiana, I'm pretty sure Yasuo is more targeted towards perks than caps to a certain degree. And Aatrox, Whippo's best, Gragas, Brox's best, Quirky, Nemesis is best blind. What's their first pick? It was Yuumi, right? Because they're running Yuumi Garen, and the only chance they can take it is first pick. Yeah, Yuumi. Straight Akali lock, straight Pyke lock. G2 definitely knew the Garen Yuumi was coming. Because they saw Fnatic play it before, and it just very suited to their playstyle. Play around solo lanes, let bot lane be. Yep, there it comes. Here's the Garen pick. What did they finish up with? There's a solo lane pick lock, so most likely matching the solo lane pick, something they'll play into Akali. TF. I love this TF pick. So one thing that G2 does really well is play the map wide as possible and 1-3-1 split push. They're just so good about pressuring the map in multifaceted ways, and if you make a mistake on any of the 3 points G2 is pressuring you at, they'll just fucking stomp you. They will make plays after plays, like they get the lead on that side, they transition it to other side. It's how they snowball so quickly, and it's what makes G2 G2. That's why G2 games look so fast paced and so high tempo. It's because they're playing the map in a very wide manner, and TF deals with that in a very good way. When you're spread out widely, like globals, number advantages mean a lot, and Nemesis was a great TF in the game, and I love the strategy they came up with, like playing TF versus G2. Let's see what they follow up with. Moored Pyke. So this is how I heard it works in theory, and this was their planned counter, I'd imagine, into Garen Yuumi. So whenever Mordekaiser ults a Yuumi target, that target gets the Yuumi detached. So that does two things. You can kill the target with the Yuumi detached, or you can ult the Yuumi, and then you kill the Yuumi. That's like separate. Like that is like Yuumi, when she's separated, like when she doesn't have a host, like it's really bad for the Yuumi. So one thing that you could do is, if Yuumi Garen are on top of each other, you ult the Garen and the Yuumi gets popped out. Even if the Mordekaiser can't kill the Garen, the Yuumi that gets popped out can get killed. So I'm guessing that's what G2 is aiming for, to isolate the Yuumi Mord, or the Yuumi Garen, and to kill Yuumi. I've never seen it done, and also, to be honest, I have never seen Garen Yuumi in scrims. I've just seen it in the Fnatic games. So it's a lot of theoreticals, and cause it didn't work out in this game with Yuumi, or the Pyke Mord, I'm pretty curious like what it actually looked like in scrims and what it looks like when it works. So one other thing that this does in the draft, and why they want to try this early in the draft, is to make it so they can't pick Garen Yuumi anymore. It's so important that they do this early on in the first game of the series. Imagine G2 wins this, right? imagine G2 wins this series, or wins this game, moored Pike into Yuumi Garen, it changes the landscape of the entire series. Like game 2, Fnatic can't first pick Yuumi and run Yuumi Garen again. It feels so dangerous. So I love that G2 is trying this from game 1 and trying to dictate how the draft will play out. Now let's see what the bans are. And I wonder how much Fnatic knew about this. Elise ban. Well, I'm surprised by the Elise ban. I think Elise TF would go so shitty together. Whoever's playing mid lane just run cleanse. Seju ban. Makes sense. Akali already picked. Sylas ban. That's also a jungle ban. Quinn. What the fuck? What is this Queen ban? Would it have been for top lane? That one's hard to guess. So a lead pick is strong AD pick to go with Akali. And it's a pick that Jankos played in game 5 also, so I'm guessing it's somewhat of a prepped pick. GP into Akali, very classic counter. Now Akali can only go mid, and Akali versus TF actually not the best matchup. Like, it's not a Akali shitstomp matchup. Oh, it has to be a jungle pick, right? No way. I forgot what it was. Oh, Nocturne. Yeah, just more globals. I didn't love the GP pick as much, but GP pick into Akali, that's a good pick always. So Akali cannot be top lane anymore, she has to be mid. And both TF and Nocturne, just really good champions to pick against G2. And then finishing up with Gnar pick. I thought this Gnar pick was really puzzling for me. I know Gnar's good into GP, but one thing Gnar struggles with is Gnar's the single most diveable champion. So what makes champions diveable? Champions without good wave clear are pretty diveable. And Gnar is a champion, he's not the champion with the best wave clear. And champions that are squishy, champions that can be easily popped are the most diveable. So Gnar has the lowest base stats out of all the champions while he's in mini. So he is actually one of the most vulnerable if you can stack waves on him. As a GP, it might be hard to stack waves on Gnar, but later on in the game, like the combination of like TF Nocturne is gonna make Gnar's life hell. So I was very surprised, like that was the pick they opted into versus GP. What is the game plan for both teams? Well, for Fnatic, it's bot lane is just does not exist. The best thing about Garen Yuumi is you can leave it alone and you can let the top side do whatever they want to do. And then Garen Yuumi will come out later. Like in mid game, once a turret or two comes down, once Yuumi hits levels, like once Yuumi is level 7, once Yuumi is level 9, when she has a lot of points in her queue, that's where Garen Yuumi really comes to shine. It's more about these three and how much they can abuse the Gnar. And for G2, I would imagine it's mostly about these two. Akali Lee, these ninja duo, how much control they can have on the TF. For TF to be able to port, because it's really bad for TF to port when he doesn't have mid control. You just lose so much in terms of like mid turret and the turret turret plating. And when you have to port without priority, it becomes really obvious too, and it becomes like really kind of desperate. So fighting for mid control is going to be really important. So the key pieces in G2 is going to be Akali Lee and how much they can beat the TF. And the key pieces for Fnatic is how much they can abuse Gnar. Of course, bot lane does matter to a degree, like Mordekaiser Pike, how they do versus Garen Yuumi is going to matter, but this is going to be, a lot of it's going to be decided on which solo lanes are winning. Alright, are we on 2 speed? Yep, let's get to the start of the game. Okay, random Dylan Falco tweet. This ward is to check for pathing. Okay, sorry about that. Blue start for Lee, that's pretty interesting. Lee's almost never start blue side. They usually do 3 camps top side. If he's doing blue start, he's either covering top side or trying to get something done early in top lane. Oof. Man, Pyke's such a bullshit champion. Pyke has so much playmaking tools and just such a high damage threshold due to his ult. No other support does as much damage in fights as Pyke whenever he's executing multiple people. And then the gold aspect, I think if anything, I hope they nerf the gold aspect of Pyke. That's just like tacked on and it makes him way more broken than he ever needs to be. Yeah, it looks like this was a pretty good trade from Pert. Like, he's doing it properly, where he's getting the E on Garen, and he procced the W, or he procced his passive also, and it still doesn't look that good. I'm guessing like this lane sucks until level 6. Early gank from Jankos. You can see the wave is kind of big and Wonder can't really participate. That's why he's not willing to like really go in for this. Like trying to go into GP like this can be really dangerous. He didn't land the Q, felt like he couldn't go in. Broxah coming here to fuck with Jankos. Oh, lost the smite fight. Lost the smite fight, so Jankos doesn't get his camp. Good early from Fnatic so far. Broxah's gonna want to rush 6, like Nocturne before 6 isn't a real champion. Nocturne before 6 is gonna be like you counter gank sometimes. You gank people that are like full on stupid, but not a real champion. Oof. This was an interesting look. You can see way pushed out for Nemesis, right? Mickey X waiting here, Jankos waiting here. They're waiting to see if Nemesis walks up to CS or if he's just gonna let it freeze. Nemesis knows this too, playing safely as possible because he saw Lee Sin earlier. Spots him out, goes to clear the wars and then backing up, not wasting any time. They see Broxah on double golems, something I talk about in almost every single VOD review, but early jungling, a lot of it is about how much double golems you can proc. The more double golems you can get, the faster you'll level, the more gold you'll get. It's just the most efficient camp in terms of leveling. So that's why you see a lot of times, like when you can get one word, you'll get it on double golems, because that's the one camp like people can't not take. Even though you have to go so far out of your way, that is the one camp like junglers are almost forced to take. Oof, this level 6. Wonder playing up. He feels like he's pretty safe. He's beating Boipo by a lot. Mid lane pretty in control also. I'm curious how TF was able to port there. Oh. So the wave, if you look here, oh man, I wish I could show pro view. So like, the wave looked like it was pushed in, but TF actually had more camps and it's pushing out. So there was like a small window where like Caps like walked front of the wave to like kind of fuck with the TF, but the TF actually had more wave, so maybe TF was just clearing creeps. Finds a small window, ults immediately. Oof, that feels bad. I wonder if Wonder could have switched order for things. If he knows TF is coming here, just ulting him into the turret and then Wing straight would have been better in my opinion. Because he would have ulted Nocturne together too. Yeah, ult both. and then try to hit the W on TF. I mean, TF would just flash and the result would be pretty similar. But it means that at the very least, TF burns flash. So here's the thing. There's a trick you can do on Mord where you do Q flash and then your Q lands from a new location. And the Nemesis is sidestepping this in single speed. It's fucking crazy if you think about it. This is a Q flash. He sidestepped a Q flash, and then a stun. He still has flash. He didn't even flash the Q flash. He was so confident he could sidestep it. He held his own flash. And then Perks misses the E also. Bwipo dies, but Perks dies, and he also TP'd. Broxa hit level 6 in the middle of that, and he killed the Lee. This is such a shitastic game state for Fnatic now. Wonder has no flash. Jankos has no flash, and they both died. Broxa and Nemesis easily going to be able to get mid control and then just make the same dive play over and over again. And also, cause Perks TP topside and use flash, he's also kind of screwed for bot side too. Nemesis double phage. That's why he paused. You can see him tilting here and pausing. Yeah, he's the one. So he moves his mouse hand to type, and he's typing pause, and then he's tilted. I guess he accidentally bought it, and he's gonna ask the ref. Oh, Hillison's the one that paused? It literally looked like Nemesis typed. What the fuck was he typing? Are you sure, Ender? Look. I'll try to show. Yeah, he moved his mouse hand to type something. Okay, I guess it could have been Hillison that paused, but he definitely moved his mouse hand to type something. He typed flash FF. Oh shit, you guys can't see because of my cam. Oh my god, I'm trolling. Yeah, you guys can't see because of my cam. Yeah, but he did type. Or, who is it? Nemesis did type. You have to trust me on that. So he might not be the one that paused, but he definitely did type. And we can skip to it. We don't have to talk about the bug. It's not even a bug, I'd imagine. He just bought twice, right? Wow, this was a long pause. Yep, the game goes on with him buying 2 phages. He bought twice, then used refillable potions, so he couldn't refund after that. Lol. So that's a bug, not a feature. Or that's a feature, not a bug. I'll try to... Why does it block phages? It blocks phages. So Twitch chat blocks phages because... Actually, I'm not sure if I should even explain. But it's another way of saying a really bad word. That's why it blocks phages. So, corrupting pot, yeah, it puts you in combat. Also, another thing is, they fixed it. But before, sometimes like, so when pot first came out, there was like this weird interaction with it where people would use pot and then refill it and then go, so you would have pot running. So I think they also made it so whenever you use pot, you can't do the buyback anymore. But Ender probably has it more correct. Corrupting pot puts you in combat, so you can't refund it anymore. Okay, so yeah, remember what we talked about? Oh, this was actually so bad from Nemesis. Remember what we talked about before the game started? The biggest thing is the mid 2v2, and that's what G2's win condition is, and that's how G2 prevents dives. Not by having people there, but doing it preemptively by winning the mid 2v2 and not allowing Nemesis to teleport. And Nemesis should know that he's in a lot of danger right here. Wave is pushing away from him. His jungler isn't quite there yet. Oh, if he waited like 2 seconds. This was Jankos trolling. Jankos kicked Broxa into where Caps was gonna go. But yeah, Nemesis has his wave pushing away, so it just has to wait for the Nocturne for a little bit. He probably felt safe because he knew Nocturne was nearby, but Nocturne doesn't have ult, so he can't go immediately into the fight. If he just waited teeny bit, and this would have played out much better. Yep, remember what we talked about? Just dive top over and over again. That's their game plan. One thing about why I also think top gap matters a lot in G2 versus Fnatic, just any split pushing team in general, whoever has the strongest split pusher in the game just controls the game. Like, if my split pusher is stronger than your split pusher, you can't split push versus me. Like, you can't be in a side lane versus me, because eventually my split pusher beats your split pusher and you have to send more people, and I can match and send more people, and I have control of the game. And then it becomes this mini game of, can I pick you out here? Can I pick you out in mid side? So when G2 split pusher and Gnar falls behind, this Gnar no longer has a purpose. Gnar has to be in a side lane, but he can't be in a side lane versus the GP 1v1, and he also has to care about Nocturne and TF. So it's just a nightmare situation for Wunder. I'm getting early Ocean Drake is nice for G2, but the scope of this game and like the biggest, I would say the thing that's problematic for G2 right now is the Gnar being O2. Also, why the fuck did the GP come down for this? I think GP just should have kept going to lane. Them giving space for Gnar is so bad in my opinion. If Gnar can't come online, and if Gnar can't get to a place where he can start functioning as a champion and actually split push versus the G2, then, or split push versus the GP, then the Gnar is just worthless. They were behind in tempo for that Ocean Drake also. I think they should have gave it. Ooh, Yanko's trying to get a brush camp going. Play with your jungle. Nocturne coming back with ult. So there's people congratulating Grabs on winning Coach of the Split. Coach of the Split is like one of the weirdest awards for a coach to win. Because a lot of times people don't know exactly who should have won. And there's previous splits where a coach you feel like doesn't deserve it won also. So when you win it, it also feels kind of dirty as an award. I think Grabs is a good coach from what he's shown, but like just Coach of the Split is such a weird award. I haven't seen Perk's ult yet. I really want to see the ult interaction. Yeah, there's the ult interaction. It worked like that, right? Yeah, so when he ulted Reckless, Hilisan immediately popped out. Hilisan popped out, so then they tried to kill him. Broxa read the situation, made sure he was bottom. How did he know to be bottom here? Oh, it's not that he knew to be bottom. It's he was bot side. And then Fnatic's the one that started the fight. Oh, okay. He didn't know to be bottom. Fnatic had Nocturne on bot side and they started it. Now G2 is the pause. I mean, I can talk about what I meant. What's the hidden meaning behind that statement? It just means Coach of the Split is... I hate it when people judge how good a coach is by Coach of the Split. I think Grabs is a good coach, and him winning or not winning Coach of the Split should have zero effect on what people think of him as a coach. It's just such a weird award. Alright, let's skip all the pause. What was this one for? It looks like G2 paused. 2 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 paus go back to double speed. Narf actually starting to be functional now. Mickey X couldn't hear Nocturne Q. Let's see. Oof. Damn, Fnatic had the correct game plan with get mid and jungle control into top dives over and over again. And after they contested Dragon, it seems like they're straying away from their original game plan. I like the Nocturne gank on bot side where they got the 2 kills, but after that, they should just put so much more focus onto this Gnar versus Gangplank matchup. Why make the Gnar go 0-2 and not blow him up? Let's go back and look at that. Mickey X couldn't hear it because he was in Pike Stealth. When you go into Pike Stealth, you hear weird ass water noises. So starting the fight on Bwipo, Q missed, Jankos with kick flash. On top of barrels, Bwipo eats out, doesn't get one shot, dodges the stun, Akali able to kill Bwipo, when they're dealing with the other 2. And winning this topside 3v3 is great. But I just think Fnatic should have put much more of their focus on it earlier. And bot lane just straight winning the counter matchup. Oh man, 80 carries are so important to comps and so strong. You can see how many of them are being played right now. Oof. Oh, caught Mickey just trying to back. TF mid, that's the 80 carry. G2 getting Herald. Fnatic trading for Ocean Drake. I think the Ocean Drake is way more worthless than the Herald. Wow, I saw bits and pieces from this game, but it's turning out way differently than I thought it would. So I knew that Perks and Mickey struggled with Pyke and Mordekaiser, but G2's actually staying alive from topside. I thought they were getting rolled over topside. And especially when the game started 0-2 for Wonder, I'm so shocked that Fnatic didn't just try to blow him out of the game. They took a way more balanced approach and they just didn't go top as much as I thought they would. If this was an A, I swear to God people would be whining about ARAMs. You can look at how this fight started though. Starting with catching caps. We're not able to catch caps. He had to burn ultimate though. Oh! 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 Caps. Wait, why? Mickey X got one-shotted, Caps went back in for no reason. Akali without ult here, just gonna die. Garen gonna be hard to kill, or not Garen, GP gonna be hard to kill here. Oof. Damn, that's actually a huge fallout. 3 kills for 1 and also lose mid turret. Oh, it feels so bad as Gnar not being able to transform for the fight. Ugh, staying mini the whole time, staying half a champion, don't even have ultimate. Game's in a pretty interesting spot now. Both mid turrets are down, so whoever has mid control can get a lot of space. But interestingly enough, both teams are going to look for the side lane play, and they're going to value the side lane, and they're going to value being able to kill whoever's on side. This one right here, the GP Gnar one, is where both the teams are going to put focus onto. They want to get control mid side and put focus onto being able to kill, being able to kill the Gnar, being able to kill the GP. Well, I'm just surprised how much the GP is willing to group and not split. I guess Gnar beats GP at this point in the game. Black Cleaver, Ninja Tabby, Warden Mail versus Trinity, Ninja Tabby, 2 rubies. Oh, Nemesis makes it out. Okay, so they approached it a little bit differently than I thought they would. So one thing, I thought they'd be utilizing GP split push a lot more, but the thing they're utilizing is GP TP, and when they're not having TP, and globals up. So they have 3 globals up, I mean 4 if you count Garen, and then Yumi's gonna hop on Garen. So all 4, or all 5 actually, all 5 members can TP. Long as Yumi hops on Garen, all 5 members can TP. So they just want to TP around. Instead of like, hey, we're going to send people to kill the Gnar, is we can start fight anywhere on the map and we can be there first because everyone on our team can TP. Looking to start something topside. So when this fight is starting, just look at how fast people close in. TF ulted out, but GP TP'd in here. Garen was already nearby. Nocturne ulted in. I'm very curious what their thought process was before that. Because they're not arriving at the conclusion where it's Nocturne TF, go kill the Gnar. It's play the map in a thin way. And everyone TP and everyone get there first. Yeah, GP coming here first. Also, one thing that's godly about TF in a spread out fight or in a thinned out fight is his ult not only allowing you to TP, giving vision on everyone and you know where everyone is really big. It's not a big aspect in solo queue, but in competitive play, it's such a big aspect. TF ult giving vision to everyone. Fnatic just had a way more holistic view of the game than I did for this series, or for this game. I looked at their win condition in a very single-minded manner, which was GP stronger than Gnar when Gnar is 0-2, just kill Gnar over and over again with mid control. They looked at it more as we have 5 teleport tools, and we have 5 ways we can play the map in a global manner. Take skirmishes and outnumber them again and again. Another outnumber fight. Fnatic had all 5 people involved here. And this is a fight that's also starting. And they're using TF ult to engage constantly. I guess that's another way you can play versus split push. So we talked about how you can break split push by killing the split pusher, but you can also break split push by engaging on the 3, and that's what Fnatic's constantly doing. When G2 has people off to the side, this is I think the second time where they engage mid side with TF ult, using that as an engage and then following up with Nocturne after. Okay. Ooh, this was a interesting Mordekaiser usage. So you can E forward of you instead of Eing to bring someone to you, and then the claw will go forward and then push people backward. That's how you use it there. Game's pretty much over. 10k difference. Mid inhib gone. It's gonna be Fnatic setting up for Baron, and then Fnatic engaging on a G2 straggler. Well, or just engaging on Perks when he's caught up. Wow, super interesting game. I knew Fnatic won this game, and I knew they utilized TF a lot because TF ends up getting banned out in later half of the series, but the way they utilized TF was very different than I imagined. It was play the map in a wide manner, and everyone keep grouping up first and put G2 in awkward situation and engage on them first with ultimate. Really well done from Fnatic. Alright, going into game 2, G2 actually picked red side. I've been seeing more and more teams pick red side. I know Schalke also picked red side in the SKT Griffin series. Fuck, I forget. But one of the teams kept picking red side. There are certain teams that are preferring red side. There isn't that much mega OP from blue right now. Like the only mega OP would be Yuumi. So yeah, but G2 just lost to Yuumi, so I am surprised by them going red side again. So red side, usually like the good things are you have the 10th pick, the final pick of the draft, and you also get to protect the 3rd pick you pick, and you can make the 4th pick you're going into really good. So those are like the power picks from red side. So let's see how G2 abuse red side the most. Speed this up, mute it, let's go. Let's go straight to draft. Oh, this is actually putting us straight to draft. Yasuo, Kiana once again. G2 adapting their bans this time. Instead of banning Gragas, they banned Yuumi. Fnatic kept their ban exactly the same. G2's adapting. One more adaptation. Or Corki or Gragas again. So Corki. So the pick that's up, that wasn't up now, is Gragas. Let's see what Fnatic does with it. Or if they even prioritize it. So Yumi's gone, so they don't have that to first pick anymore. Rakan first pick. Oh wait, they banned Rakan. My bad actually. instead of the Sylas ban, there was a Rakan ban here. So Fnatic adapted their draft. When they banned Yuumi, they left up something for them to first pick, which was Rakan. So starting with Rakan first pick. Akali's still a really strong pick to take. It's a little bit worse when you are playing versus Rakan. Rakan's one of those picks where you're happy to play versus the Akali. And Xayah to make sure they can't get Xayah Rakan together. Hey Honey NA, thank you so much for the $3 donation. I do have notifications turned off during VOD reviews. Gragas, the pick that was banned from G2, now they're taking it. Fnatic taking both the bans, the Rakan ban that used to be here, the Gragas ban that used to be here, turning it into picks instead, and then first rotation and taking TF again. Morgan to Rakan. Ooh. Morgan to Rakan. I guess it's also Morgan to TF to a certain regard. I'm not sure how much I'm in love with it. What are like the good picks into Rakan? I mean, people will play stuff like Leona into it. People will try to sometimes match the aggression with Pyke. Morg into Rakan. It's fine when you have more Kate, because you can use it to actually be aggressive with it. Yeah, and as Ender mentioning it, Nautilus. It's just weird of a pick with Xayah, and I'm not sure how much of offensive power you can get with it. I feel like Morg, as a pick, when you don't have kill potential on the other lane, becomes so diluted in her power. Like when we think about good Morg comps, right? We think of stuff like Morg Draven, Morg Caitlyn. Like these are lane duos that have a lot of, if I land this bind, this person will die. If I shield this person, like they'll be able to get so much damage off. Where Morg in this scenario, Morg Xayah into Rakan feels more of like a defensive pick. And that's where I really start to dislike the Morgana pick, when it's just used almost defensively and you don't get a lot of kill potential on the enemy duo. Kai'Sa banned. Skarner banned. Skarner actually really nice into the Rakan. It's kind of okay into Gragas too. GP ban because they have the Akali locked in. What's the last ban? Poppy. What's a Poppy ban for? What are they picking? Okay, Sejuani. One of Yanko's best and his least favorites. Pairs very nicely with Akali. This Poppy ban is for top lane. Okay, Ezreal Rakan. Hey, Ezreal Rakan's a very normal lane. Renekton. Is Poppy into Renekton that big of a counter? That was an interesting ban. And if I remember correctly, yeah, they picked Shen into Renekton. Dude, it might be just my solo queue ass, but I found Ornn into Renekton actually a really strong counter. And when I played Renekton, I couldn't beat Shen, so I also know Shen is a really strong pick into it. Okay. My solo queue aside, let's actually talk about the draft a little bit. Alright, so what does Fnatic have going on? So Fnatic has these, same thing again. Their upper... Okay, here's what I want you to think about Fnatic in a lot of these games. Fnatic is a really buff dude. Like, Fnatic is a really buff dude. That skips out on leg day. He doesn't do leg day. So Fnatic usually has like nothing going on in bot side of the map, but really strong kill potential and really strong solo laners and a really strong early game jungler. They are a buff dude. that doesn't do leg day. Oh, my camp's blocking it a little bit, so yeah. But think of them as like a really buff dude that doesn't do leg day. That's a lot of what their draft is. It's very solo lane focused, it's very early game jungle focused, and they want to get shit done on top side of the map. So for G2, what is this draft? There still is a lot of split push potential, especially when you're running a split pusher in mid lane followed up by a Shen. It makes your 1-3-1 incredibly strong. And also one thing that Shen does very nicely is Shen into TF, any kind of on-hit effect, it actually doesn't go through. So when Shen has his sword on the ground and he uses the circle, he can actually block TF gold card. So Shen becomes a hard person to dive. Later on in the 1-3-1, Shen plus a split pusher in mid lane, as I talked about. 2 melee range solo laners being played with Sejuani. So G2 also has like a top side of the map that's formidable, that doesn't really turn on until level 6 and until way later into the game where Akali has 2 items where they are split pushing more. As for the bot lane draft, I really don't understand it. I'm not too sure if the Morg is going to be great into Rakan Ezreal, but we'll see more of it. But once again, the game's going to be decided from solo lanes and the junglers, and that's what we really want to look out for. Alright, let's go to the start. Ooh, interesting level 1. Both teams rushing down bot side. Sejuani on top. Placing a ward. Hilithon, only one showing. Us split banning 4-5 was really, really bad. Oh man. And when a head coach of a team gives gems like this, really important to go back and check. So what he means by split banning is they're not targeting 2 roles. Like you see how basically he's saying they should either ban Kai'Sa Ezreal here or they should ban GP Renekton here. Make sure they ban 2 things instead of like banning one or the other, because it allows them to still get picks that are possible. They ban Kai'Sa Ezreal. What does Reckless play? Like what? Like Lucian Tristana? Something weird. They ban GP Renekton. What does Bwipo blind? Aatrox gone, Renekton gone. There aren't that many blind top laners left. Maybe like a Rumble. Gragas actually doesn't work. It has to be an AD champion. And they self-ban Poppy. Fuck. What would it be? He would have to pick like an AD bruiser. Something that's definitely not Renekton, and that's gonna be a little bit more awkward for him. Alright, let's go back into the level 1. Rengar. Like a Shen maybe? Yeah, maybe he blinds a Shen himself. Why isn't anyone picking Fiora anymore? Because games are getting decided way too early. Fiora is never like a blind pick either. Oh, Kled. He would blind the Kled. Actually, that's the good one. Yeah. 80 bruiser. 1, 2, 3. I mean, yes, Gragas is like doing 3 camps, backing and taking Predator. Whoever mapped that on the map, I agree very much. Oh, Wonder got greedy at level 2. How did this happen? The Bwipo all the way in here, Wonder all the way here. Wonder got stunned. Did he miss his taunt? Q, auto, stay with him, auto, wait for the cooldown, stay with him, auto, wait for the cooldown, oh, shield ran out. Flash Q, beautiful, wait frozen. Recall. Oh, you're not gonna recall? You have to recall. You have to recall. Why is he not recalling and TPing back? Wow, you're gonna stay in lane with this much HP and not spend your gold? And he's a better top laner than me, but I'm not sure why he would do that. Was he waiting to get level 3 first? That was just weird, because he's staying there and just soaking XP that he could get by teleporting back. Okay, so how did this happen? He missed the taunt, right? Because he ends up behind him somehow. Yeah. Oh, he hit the taunt. Wait, you hit the taunt and you still lost? So it was just really shitty for him to go in there. I guess just didn't understand the power spikes as much. Or he expected Boipo to take E and not W. Oh, feels bad, man. Oof. Was there no way they could have actually gotten that? Okay, he flashed for that, so there is no way. W, Q, auto. Oh, you could have squeezed in an auto there. He's stunned. You should have squeezed in that auto. Oh, that feels bad. So much flashes used. Roxanne mid gank makes so little sense here. Should be setting up for a repeat top gank. Also, no flash also means Nemesis loses his flash even if they get the kill, which is brutal in this matchup versus Sedge without cleanse. We can go back and check that out. So he wanted whoever the caster that marked it wanted the gank there. Oh, that was you in there? Yeah. Oh, this is really overforced though. I didn't see it from this. I was wondering how TF burned this flash, but yeah, it's a really overforced gank. But also Caps is half HP and they probably called that we want to gank this. Oof. Even if they do get it, how bad is it? They do get the kill. Nemesis has no flash. Next time it's hard versus a Sejuani. Constantly have to match mid side. This is what happens when you can't get mid and jungle control versus good mid and jungle control teams. They have complete control over your jungle. Can't do your own camps. Nemesis also stuck. He hasn't based once yet. He's gonna base. TP back. Something about Fnatic's early game is off because they're the ones getting first blood, and then yeah, they're the ones getting first blood. They're the ones that should be in control of the game, but oddly enough, they lose the early game control after the first blood. I think a lot of it had to do with Boipo not teleporting back immediately and widening the gap for top side, and then the weird gank that happened mid. If those two things played out a little differently, I think Fnatic has even way bigger control of the game. Also, this is like the Morg pick like feeling awkward for me that I talked about, because they're not doing a lot with the Morg pick earlier on, and when the Morg pick doesn't do a lot earlier on, I feel like she's so worthless as champion mid game. The only real thing she brings in mid game is her black shield and Q. Ult is extremely hard to use. W is not a real spell. When you don't get advantages with Morg earlier on, just mid game, you're much worse than every other support out there. Oh, Morg actually ended up dying too. How? I'm sure they'll show it on replay. Nemesis barely making it out here in the 2v1 situation. This is nightmare situation for any squishy mid versus Akali. Mid lane pushing out, you're half HP. Oops. Oh, that was beautiful. What Mickey X is looking for here, and why he's not dodging Ezreal ult, is he's looking for Rakan W. He's not expecting Ezreal R. That's why he's reacting with Spell Shield. Normally he would be reacting with Flash, right? If he's expecting Ezreal, or just maintaining distance. But cause he's just expecting that Rakan W, that's why he used Spell Shield instinctively and didn't flash out and was really shocked and got killed by this. Like, that's pro players, they don't have insane mechanics. Like, pro players don't have faster reaction times than normal people. I'm sure there's like a few exceptions where they do have insane reaction time, but a lot of them don't have like these insane reaction time. It's they know the game so much better than everyone else. They know what the enemy jungler, enemy support, the enemy player will do and what kind of skills to look out for and what that play pattern looks like. And they'll dodge it because like it's more anticipation than reaction. It's not pure reaction time. Like that's why some of the things they look fucking crazy. If I tell you I'm about to slap you, it's a lot easier to dodge me slapping you than if I just slapped you without telling you I was going to slap you. It's basically that. They know when someone's about to slap them. And when you do something that's unexpected, then you get killed. And then that's where the dumb deaths come from. It's like, wait, how did he die like this? Wait, why didn't he use his flash here? When the enemy player does something that is not within your book of, hey, I think he's going to be doing that. G2 looking for 4v2 dive. Ugh. Even when they get this, it's not the end of the world for Fnatic. They are getting turret plating, but this topside matchup is going to be brutal. When you're a Shen, okay, thank God the Shen had TP there, so after ulting he can TP back. If he doesn't have TP there, he loses out so much. Now we have to really worry about top fight. We have to really worry about this Renekton Shen matchup. Nemesis is struggling a lot more than he did the other game. Burning flash for the gank and also getting killed by Seju right after really hampered his laning. Oof. Oh my god, Boipo actually lives there? Okay, never mind. fucking... He's proxying 2 waves in advance, so... I'll talk about proxying a little bit and why it's good in competitive play. What's the difference between clearing a wave here versus clearing a wave here? So when you clear the wave here, let's say you clear the wave here, until the next wave meets again, let's say it takes, it's not the actual time, but let's say the next wave for it to meet there again, it's gonna take 40 seconds. When you clear the wave here, for the wave to meet here, it's gonna take, let's say, 80 seconds, right? You just have way more time to move around the map and not worry about the other wave coming in for such a long time. So that's the benefit of proxying. It's way more risky, but you buy yourself and your team way more tempo and way more time. That's why proxying is like super powerful in pro play when people do it properly, because the enemy laner just gains so much time to fuck around on the map. Yeah, you can see what that proxying did, right? The wave that turret, and then now the second wave is barely about to meet, and it's been like 30-40 seconds until, or since Boipo cleared it. Fnatic using that tempo bot to take dragon. G2 catching them on the exit. Oh man, Mickey, you're fucking disgusting. Oh, Hilisan fucked this up. I didn't even realize. This isn't Mickey smurfing. This is Hilisan fucking it up. The burden of execution is on Hilisan's end. When he saw the binding come out, and he was trying to flash the binding, but he did it too early, so he flashed into it. Just look at him here. Look, look, look. He saw the binding and then he flashed. He tried to flash over the binding and then knock up someone. Good in theory, just mess up the execution a little. Then now Perk's coming in. Mickey pulling off ult Zanya's. Nemesis TPing in. And then Boipo TPing straight to top side to make sure he can get damage onto it, and Caps matching. I think that's one of the biggest. I mean, of course this game's a little different because there's a Shen and TF on either teams, but one really core difference between NA games and EU games that I see is teleport usage and how much people want to play the map in terms of tempo and in terms of just matching to use teleports like this. Wait, how did that kill happen on Perked? Okay, Perked. The initial, I'm not sure when they got this ward, but Nemesis TP'd onto it, and then now Reckless TPing onto it to flank Perked. Perked didn't expect the Ezreal to TP behind him. Alright, let's see how the rest of this game plays. I want to see if they utilize the Renekton versus Shen more, or if the Renekton keeps grouping. G2 putting Herald mid. one thing that G2 has a huge lead on is like the mid jungle strength. Sejuani 3-0. Akali just finished her Hextech Gunblade. Really good timing for G2 to utilize the Akali Seju duo. Fnatic opening up things from mid side again. Whipple coming mid. Wow. Fnatic's not as split push oriented as I imagined them to be. Whenever they have tempo leads, they're not using it to further the split push advantage. They keep grouping mid and try to force something mid 4v4. They're doing it a lot this game with the Renekton. They did it last game a lot with GP. The thing that's a little bit awkward about that is Renekton's not really great when he's grouped up. He's just so much of a stronger champion when he's in split push situations. So it's really awkward for him to constantly group like this. Yeah, he pushes, he groups. I mean, this one's for Dragon, so it's a little bit different. But there's a lot of times where he's just mid lane, and I'm curious why he'd want to be mid there. Yeah, they just lost all pressure to do that. They're getting rewarded for it because they're catching G2 when they're trying to collapse. Take Dragon, lose pressure on mid side. Lose mid side completely. G2 responding by moving up to top side. Let's see this slowly. Whipple here, it's super fucking important. What he did here, clearing this entire wave and then not allowing him to get dove anymore. TF ult coming in. Wow, that was such an early spell shield from Mickey. Used it early. Broxa coming in with E. Mickey had to flash. Oh my god, that ult is fucking beautiful. Look at this ult. Oof, knocks both of them against the wall. Pretty much stuns. Oof, good reaction from Hylissang. If he got stunned there, might have been insta-killed during the Sejuani stun along with the Kali damage. Can you catch this, Whipple? You can see the stun getting blocked here, right? Because of when you put the shield down, it blocks auto attacks. Cap's able to get out because of that. Bye, Wonder. A lot of this game is push and pull with G2 and Fnatic. I'll try to explain. Fnatic pulled. Fnatic was on the aggressive, so they're taking turns doing things, and then they're trying to catch out people when they're done with their plays. Fnatic's turn was, okay, it's our turn, we're gonna go take Ocean Drake. And G2 responded by, after your turn is over, we're gonna pressure top side because you were so focused around Ocean Drake. And then now, during G2's turn or G2's play, Fnatic's able to counter it in a much better manner because of TF ult. TF ult allows them to kind of cheat the tempo and cheat the distance that normally shouldn't be possible, and able to catch people out. And then as Fnatic caught people out, G2 once again catches someone out there. I think it was Gragas. And then on the Gragas' exit, or on G2's exit, Fnatic coming back in and trying to catch people. It's so much back and forth. This is what I thought I would see a lot more of. Fnatic playing towards the side lane. I mean, this one's a little bit weird because all 4 people from Fnatic's over here and no one else pushed up, so Whip was pushing by himself. So that's problematic, but I thought I would see this a lot more. where you have a side laner pushing with other people slowly starting to get priority and playing towards like the fed person. One thing G2 is doing beautifully is how much they're utilizing Caps in a lot of their plays and how core he is to it. Oof. That was a little dangerous. Let's watch this go down. They're stuck there after the dive. They can't get out. Slowly coming in to kill both. G2's best option here is to try to get a return kill. Closed in from the other side, able to kill Hylissang. Broxah with another beautiful ult. Just Broxah ult on Gragas is too fucking OP. Holy fucking Christ, he's playing out of his mind. If Fnatic waited a little bit for them to get mid priority before doing this push, this situation looks completely different. This game hasn't been about one side playing perfectly. It's both sides about making plays, forcing other people into awkward situations. This Baron rush at 21 minutes. How the fuck did this shit work? So, who died on G2 side for this to work? Oh, Akali's on bot side without TP, and Fnatic caught that. I can't fucking see it, but Akali's on bot side. I'm not sure why, but Caps went on bot side. They saw that Caps was on bot side. They can start Baron right away. Hylissang doing his best to prevent the 50-50. Did he actually 100% prevent the 50-50, or did Yankov have a shot at it? Let's see you, Hylissang. Ult W. Oh, finish Baron. Don't let him get in the pit. Finish Baron. Okay, he didn't even have a chance. Baron died. No chance to even smite. Damn. Well, Fnatic with Earthdrake saw G2 out of position, took full advantage of it. Even with Ezreal backing here, he has teleport. They just wanted to finish an item, wasting no time with the tempo. G2 also sent Jaya mid so they could get the mid turret. I can barely keep up with what's going on, and that's with like rewinding, that's with pausing. For teams to play at this level, they can't think through every play. They think about things that happened well in practice, and they think about big picture concepts, and they just go with it. It is strategy, but in a sense it's also instinctive, because you're not put in the same situation over and over again. You learn big concepts about if you spread the map in this way, if we're the first ones to make a play, after we get Baron, if you don't recall and we see a play, we just go for. It's just a lot about that. You hear it a little bit in G2's comms about, okay, we're gonna dive this because they blah blah blah. They don't have this and this and this. Okay, we're gonna dive this, but if this part fails, make sure we recall. They talk about things a little bit preemptively and they just go through with it. I don't get to hear Fnatic comms as much. They're not on, they don't have their own YouTube on it, or they're not on the mic check as often. So I'm very curious how Fnatic does it, because Fnatic is very much just keeping up with the speed of how G2 is playing too. Oh my god, Akali's so fucking dumb when it gets to this kind of situation. Just look at this fucking champion. She got the E off, going back in with a Shen ult. Still has second part of ult. Ult E. Yowza. Fnatic or G2 still split pushing with Caps on boss side. He has TP this time though, and Fnatic's grouped. It's a really big generalization, but Fnatic is much more of a skirmish teamfight team, and G2 is way more of a split push team. G2 likes playing the game thinner than Fnatic does, and Fnatic likes, when G2 has advantages, they like being thin and they like spreading the other team. When Fnatic has advantages, they like striking first and they like engaging. This time G2 has TP. Caps can be there. They have to be a little bit quick to the fight though. The bear melted so quickly. Earthdrake 30 minutes into the game. Have to come in. Came in at around 4k. Oh, have to flash right back out. Whoa, what was that Sejuani ult? Jankos, this was a little awkward. Should have waited for the Akali TP. I think the order of things that should have been done was Akali TP number 1. Jankos come in number 2, rest of the team come in number 3. It should have been done in 1, 2, 3 order, but order of things got fucked up. Jankos came in first, now he has to flash out, now the TP comes in, and then now the people are trying to go in. So it happened in the order of Jankos went in first, TP came in second, and then they came in third, but if it was swapped, this goes completely differently. How did G2 fuck that up? Akali TP first, and once Akali's TPing here, rest of Fnatic has to make the decision to back out. They can't sit here and fight. They won't be able to focus down the Akali. Seju can come in. It was just such a weird order of doing things for G2. And they missed the ult here. Wonder with, or not Wonder, but with great flash. He has GA, so he's just buying time. Ult ticking down. Caps died in the process. How did Caps insta-give? Caps TP Zanya. Great. Oh. Flashy, flashy, flashy. Instead he tried to E ult. Oh, he tried to E ult instead of flashy. Shouldn't have been greedy, should have used flashed. Got knocked around, stunned, insta-gift. Flashed at the end. Oh, a little bit messy on the contest from G2, so they get fucked. Also, Caps was so much of their damage and so much of their carry potential, so when Caps is dead, it's really hard for them to win the fight. That's game. They're gonna take Baron or inhib after this. Okay, they're deciding to take inhib. Oh wait, did they just end? Holy shit, they just end. Wow. I can't believe G2 fucked up that Baron play. So there's some plays where people just don't fuck up that often. Because Baron contest is one of the most common plays, right? It is such a bread and butter of competitive play. How well do you control Baron? How well can you wrestle for control when the enemy has control of Baron? It's such a bread and butter play. The fact that they fucked this shit up is surprising. Well, it's not just caps. Jankos going in here is bad without the teleport coming in first. Like, the whole point of, like, this play is striking at multiple angles at the same time. Because when you strike at multiple angles from the same time, people have to divide attention, right? But look, just focus Jankos, only one in danger. Now focus caps. What is it? Boipo doing a great job of distracting. Focus caps. Boipo buying time with GA, focus caps. It's just, they didn't create situations where G2 had to, or where Fnatic had to deal with multiple threats at the same time. I mean, Jankos flashing away from Rennek is, of course that's not good, but that's more of a product of him going in early. If he doesn't go in early, and if he just times his going in with caps, then that situation never happens. Too much World of Warcraft. I mean, in World of Warcraft, in Arena, that's one of the things you practice. Going in at the same time, so the healer has a hard time, and so they can't trinket all your CC. It's a core concept. Game 3, Fnatic up 2-0. G2 adaptation is going to be really important here. A lot of people were saying that G2 wasn't playing that well in terms of brain-wise, but also finger-wise. Actually, that's what Frost said. Like, they're having brain problems as well as finger problems. I thought the finger problems wasn't that big of a deal. The brain problems was like the biggest one. Some of the picks they were doing, some of the bans they were doing just didn't make sense. I really disliked the Morgana pick in game 2. And in game 1, I guess the TP up top is more of a brain decision, but or it's more of a, is it more of a brain or a finger decision? Game 1 there was definitely problematic decision making, but game 2 I actually thought draft was kind of garbo. So let's start. Aatrox TF, that TF fan finally coming out. They're using TF to abuse them when they're spread out thin, but also just using TF to engage. I was really surprised by this Yuumi ban, because they could have just picked Yuumi first, but instead just opting to banning it outright. Match point, don't want to play Yuumi. Qiyana's also such an interesting pick for me. I feel like the pick is so OP and so broken when people are good with it, but it's like a mid lane pick, and mid lane is where there's most talent and when there's the best players at picking up new picks. So why not just everyone play Qiyana? Why is it only certain teams that play Qiyana really well and people have to ban Qiyana? It just, if it's a must ban level champion when you get good on it, like Caps has, like Demonte has, I just don't believe Nemesis isn't as talented as Demonte where he can pick up Qiyana and can be good with it. I just don't believe players like, I mean, Humanoid already does play Qiyana. It's just, I don't believe players like Jensen aren't as talented and can't pick up Qiyana. So it's definitely my biggest head scratcher. How strong is Qiyana really? Like, is she that ban worthy, or are people not being able to play her? Not every team can flex it either. I think that's a big part. What, flex it top lane? I don't think it's that big of a deal. Even when she's not flex, she's incredibly strong. Also, Morg ban makes this Rakan pick so sexy. Jungle Qiyana. Oof. I know G2 definitely can. I know Clutch doesn't. Maybe. I want to see this Kiana pick develop more. And it seems like Riot's happy with where Kiana is, so she's not getting any bans. So we'll definitely get to see a lot more of her at Worlds or none of her. I think people don't understand Kiana enough. And once people understand Kiana enough, like, opinion on Kiana will change dramatically. The Akali pick coming out. This time the Akali pick won't be countered by a TP or TF pick, and it's going for Fnatic instead. Gragas. Silas. Gragas Silas. Silas into Akali, one of the more normal counters. Gragas, this is also a denial pick away from Fnatic. What's that third one? Thresh. Ooh, Thresh into Rakan. This is more of a Hillsong special than a really good counter pick into Rakan. I think Nautilus here would have been way more normal of a counter pick. Also, Nautilus into Gragas is brutal too. If you ever can get hooked to Gragas. Ezreal ban. GP ban. This GP ban's so weird. They pick GP on 4, you don't have any picks into it. You don't want GP into Akali in case she swaps topside. They have to follow it up with a Renekton ban if they're doing GP here. Jax ban. Okay, still banning 2 things topside. What, you want to blind Kled? Oh, okay. What if they take Kled? What do you pick? Whippo doesn't play Kled? Whippo doesn't play Kled? I mean, this GP and Jax ban made Kled pick really good here. But that's them saying, hey, we know you don't play Kled, so you're not gonna play Kled, or you're not gonna pick Kled on 4. That's either very well done research or a lot of arrogance. Renekton versus Kled. Oof, this is a matchup that's gonna snowball hard one way or the other. And both teams are gonna put a lot of focus into it. Well, same thing as always. This series, there's just so much weight on the top side of the map. Renekton, Lee, Akali, Kled, Gragas, Silas have to win top side of the map. That's the only thing. And you know what the support picks are going to do? The only goal of these support picks are going to be roam and help the mid lane. Roam, help the mid lane. The draft is very mirrored. Like, all the champions on both teams want to do the same thing. Strong solo laners that have a lot of carry potential, a lot of split push potential, early game jungle, solid late game carry, 80 carries, and supports that want to roam around the map and playmaking. This is pretty much a mirror draft in terms of champion roles. They are playing different champions, there are different power spikes, but the win condition is very much the same. I'm interested to see how this is going to develop. Let's see. Let's go to the start of things. Win condition, kill the Nexus, so it's the same. Completely, exactly what I meant. Oh, camp, sorry. Good call. Ooh, I didn't realize, but this is the IG duo. IG Kaiser, IG Rakan. Lee with a very interesting path. Blue, red. He's gonna do double golems after. Quick level 3 into top gank. That's the path. Oh! 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 What happened here? Nikki? Oh, this was with your jungler potentially coming down too. Did Yanko show here? This is so bad if he showed. He showed. They saw him. Why did he show himself here? There's no way this gank is possible even. Level 2, Helix on dodge, hook, E. Yikes. No, why it's really bad, when the Gragas shows there is, it shows what pathing Gragas did exactly, and then it gives the topside information that they could just now take over topside completely. Oh, this dive. Oh my god. Flash stun Q. I'm pretty sure that was auto Q. Flash stun, auto. Cancel the last part of your auto with Q. Stun. Yeah, auto Q. Beautiful. Football does. Oh, if he didn't die there, holy fuck, it's so good for him. Why are you TPing here? Football. It's actually such a big mistake. Kobe floats around D1 in Masters. Oh, this is such a big mistake from Britbo, because when the wave is here, it's meeting here, right? It's gonna push towards him, so he can save TP, and he'll miss like 3 to 4 CS. He doesn't need to TP here. Oh, if he held TP there, 1, he doesn't get ganked like this, and 2, the wave is pushing into him anyways. Wow, that evens up top lane so much. Love this clip happening here. Kled knows the wave is fucked on his end. He has to wait for the wave to come back, so he's figuring out stuff that he can do well. Oh. Wow, Fnatic got a kill in every lane. Holy shit, this game starts out so shitty for G2. And if they get Ocean Drake on top of this, oh, and they get Ocean Drake on top of that. So Fnatic's winning all 3 points of the map, and they have Ocean Drake. How the fuck does G2 win this game? Wait, how the fuck did G2 win? Early Ocean Drake, losing all 3 parts of the map. Oh, Bo, please. I guess this was just a really good hide by Wonder. How did Wonder end up hiding there? Oh, he faked the recall and then he hid in the brush. How did G2 win this game? I think G2 killed the Fnatic Nexus. Hilarious. Wonder is being the sole shining spot for G2. I have to watch the whole series before I make that comment. But so far, at least so far, up to the point I watched, Nemesis has been a better player than Caps. Oh. God damn, this kill is fucking brutal. Woo! Gragas just walking all the way in there. Usually when I'm VOD reviewing, I like to do a lot of like prediction. Oh, they're gonna play towards this side. Oh, this is gonna happen. There's none of that in this game. This game is just both teams set up any kind of play whatsoever whenever they think it's remotely possible, and they just try to go for the play. There isn't a lot of, okay, there's gonna be a bottom dive in the next 2 minutes because that's what both teams are setting up for. It's way more so of they're creating little plays and then they do it, right? Like, I'm not going to be able to predict, okay, Thresh is going to wait here and then they're going to try to catch a pick off right here. Or Wonder's going to wait and brush and he's going to try to cheese Renekton. It's just a lot of... It's a lot of small opportunities that people are able to find and abuse. Oof. Oh, do you live? No way. No fucking way. No fucking way. Holy shit, that was sick. Oh, what did I fucking press? Oh my god, what did I press? Oh my god. Where was I? Okay, I watched the Gragas kill. And then, okay, I saw Wonder coming in, kill Broxat, and then he pushes out the way by himself. Dodge, oh, barely dodged that hook. This flash juke was really cute. Cute. He has one more cute, second cute. Dodge the hook, dodge the hook, dodge the hook. Oh! Oh! My god. Oh, this game feels so shitty for Butbo. This game is top difference. What are you doing, Caps? You just take 2 turrets for no reason. Yeah, I saw Wonder die. Lee came in and killed. It saw on the little small screen. I thought top difference would come in the form of Wonder solo killing Bwitbo or like them fighting in side lanes, but top difference is coming from both top laners utilizing and playmaking, and Wonder just doing such a better job of playmaking and being in coordination with the team. Usually when you see top difference, right, it's like someone has 100 CS lead over someone, and this is a Flame Horizon game. Or it's like, I'm solo killing you over and over again, that's why I'm the better top laner. This top lane difference is more from Wonder recognizes where fights are gonna be and coordinates better with his team. Wonder recognizes how he can set up plays that aren't super likely, that aren't like guaranteed, but that has a decent chance of working out and setting it up. Wonder's just showing that he's more of a complete top laner. Who scales better? Scaling matters so little. When we look at this game, we're not like, oh, who scales better? Like, that just doesn't matter that much. Number 1 All-Pro team. Wonder, Jankos, Cap, Hurts, Mickey X. Dang, both Gragas's have been fucking insane. Just... That's not a normal play you see every day on Gragas, like the ult and then like flinging people back in. Like, the consistency that Broxa and Jankos are doing it with in this series is crazy. I actually think at least Korean teams, I'm not sure about LPL teams, will struggle with EU teams at first. The way they play and the way they challenge you is very different from other Korean teams. Both fighting for mid control. Let's see what the side laners end up doing. The turret. Grouping for Herald. Fnatic or G2 deciding to push instead. Wonder has no TP, so they're deciding to push 100%. Bwipo versus Wonder is actually a huge problem for Fnatic now. There's no way the Renekton beats Kled now. And I don't even think Renekton can lane versus Kled now. Renekton has to find a home, and it seems like his home is going to be just grouping up. Wow, G2's not willing to take any of the fight. They gave up Herald on purpose. And they're giving up this dragon on purpose too, and they're just opting into split pushing. Why don't they want to fight Fnatic right now? Akali too strong? Kai'Sa no Mune yet? Akali too strong, Kai'Sa no Mune. This is way more patient G2. I used to talk about G2, and whenever G2 are behind, they play very smart, and that's where you get the best version of G2 when they're behind. They didn't show that in game 1 and 2. But finally, on match point, we're seeing prime G2 behind the match point. That's where we get the best of the best. Both sides setting up for a mid lane. Broxa looking for a kick angle. Hylissang looking to engage. They got the engage on caps. Giant chunk. Mickey engage. What the fuck, Mickey? I think this is kind of troll on Mickey's end. Just engaging on the Thresh here. Wow. Mickey actually played that so badly. What the fuck? What? He ult knocked up the Thresh. Eat on Yankos, didn't charm anyone. Flashed to dodge Whippo and then died. So the only thing he did was... The only thing he did the entire fight was knock up Thresh. Let's see what happened on the other parts of the fight. Broxa here, kicked Yankos, able to... Oh, he didn't get the one shot on Yankos. Kled coming in, chunked the fuck out of Broxa immediately. Nemesis able to finish off Mickey, going on caps. Mickey fucked up big time. Broxa did pretty decent. Whippo actually filled his role in the fight. Wait, Fnatic gets Baron too? They lose this game? What? No way. How? 5k gold lead, 3 dragons, Baron at 21 minute. What? No fucking way. This is a lost game. Akali 4-1. Akali 4-1, Stopwatch, Deathcat, Gunblade. There's no way they should lose this game ever. How the fuck do they lose? Split 2 sides, split 2 lanes, or just stick F5. Take top turret. G2 knows they can't defend, so they're just pushing instead. They already decided we're not going to be able to defend, so we're just going to push. If anything, we just try to catch people on the exit. They already made the call. We can't kill anyone right here. We can't defend. Just keep pushing. Oh, Fnatic going for the end. This is exactly what G2 wants Fnatic to do though. Overstay and they try to catch them with Kled. Akali is way too powerful. Akali has to make huge mistakes for this game to flip to G2. Akali is way too fucking powerful. If she hits level 16 and she has these kind of items, she's worth 2 to 3 people in a team fight. No need to try to push. Akali level 16 soon. Watch for that. Also, one thing I'm recognizing more is it seems like both teams are so good regarding playing with engaged champions and creating engaging angles that neither is really comfortable with split pushing. I'll ask Grabs about it later why both teams didn't split push as much, but it seemed like they were more they were concerned about people getting engaged on. Akali Zanyas. Akali 16. Look at the items. Akali level 16, 26 minutes into the game. Deathcap, Gunblade, Zanyas. How did they lose? Set up Baron. Akali is double the champion that the Silas is right now. Looks like Mickey got a good engage there. Nemesis, you can't be on the other side. On top of Gragas. Mickey, who's this target that he charmed? Oh, it's Reckless. Oh my goodness, Reckless, no. Oh, he got one shot. Oh, he got one shot. He got one shot. The one person he had to look for was Mickey, and Mickey actually landed the one shot. One shot. Nemesis in there. Nemesis in that booty. Perked buying time with stopwatch. Perked buying time with stopwatch. Oh my god, Perked. He actually played this so insane. Watch. He dodged the ultimate with flash. But Nemesis is still level 16 Akali. Do you have W backup or E? Oh. Everyone else lost on the other side of the fight. Look at how much time Perked bought here. He still managed to kill 2 people. Imagine the AD carry doesn't get one shot and he actually gets to use flash and R. 3 for 3, but this was a fight where Fnatic should have smashed them. Damn. Perked is actually a better AD carry than Reckless. Oh. It's not just from this game though. In terms of being a better bot laner, I think in terms of being a better bot laner, Perked has been a better bot laner than Reckless for such a long time. I think since MSI, Perked has been a better bot laner, but I think Perked is also a better AD carry now. Ooh, this Baron play. One thing that G2 is, or one thing that Fnatic isn't doing is they're not giving Nemesis angles. This isn't like good Akali angles. Akali likes it when people are here. She wants to be here and she wants to come in from here. She does not want to be here. It's either Nemesis not looking for the angles himself or Fnatic not talking as a group, but they're not giving Akali like positions to really succeed. She hates being here right now. Akali dying like this, guys. So I'll try to explain roles for both teams, and I'll try to explain why. So TL actually did such a good job of it. So I'll use TL as an example. So whenever TL plays Akali Aatrox, what's the job for Aatrox and what's the job for Akali? So basically the job for Aatrox is I want to go in. I want to force people to attack me. I want to force people to use cooldowns, and I want to force people to get in position to try to kill me. And once the Aatrox eats up cooldowns, and then Akali can go in, and that's where Akali is so much more powerful, right? When cooldowns are down and Akali goes in, like that's such a great situation for Akali to create. But in Fnatic, it's not happening right now. Like, they want Bwipo to go in first and eat cooldowns and Akali go in second. But Akali's getting engaged on first. Bwipo's not making the space. Holy shit. I just mentioned TL and people went crazy. Can't even compare TL to... And you guys get the example, right? Of the bruiser or the less valuable solo laner going in and buying space for the more valuable solo laners. But Fnatic's not doing any of that. Oh, these fights coming out even is so bad for Fnatic. They want to create... Oh, Mickey X just waited there for like forever. They had no idea he was there. They had no idea he's there. They're like, don't worry, we cleared the blast plant. What was that from Hilly? Oh, he tried to catch the Yankos. This was so beastly from Perks. How did Nemesis have a proc on him? Oh, he got hit by the W. He got hit by the W. Isolated. Nemesis goes in. Dude, Broxa and Hilisan and also Bwipo have to play this in a little bit different way. They have to create space for Akali. Like, what is this call? What the fuck do you want at Baron? Engage on this side and buy space for Akali. Why the I know he didn't expect G or Mickey X there. But when you're starting Baron and you're stronger, you're basically telling the enemy team, hey, we're stronger than you, come contest us at Baron, and you're the one that can engage on them first, and you should be the one that's engaging on them first. I guess the Q flash was the engage attempt. Fnatic doesn't have like great ways to engage, but just by people going in and eating cooldowns, that's good enough for Nemesis. Just make situations where Nemesis can carry. If they engage while not having vision on Mickey X, that would have been worse. Still, no, it's fine. Like, the point of them engaging is to burn cooldowns so Akali can carry the fight. When people have cooldowns up, Akali can't do shit. Alright. We can watch the back half of the fight because you're saying I'm not watching it. Let's see. TP in from Wonder. Flanked. Great Lantern. Wow, Reckless actually doing hella work there. He used this terrain so well. Why is Reckless lifestealing so much with just a Doran sword? He's probably using what's that thing called? That mastery. There's a mastery that gives you lifesteal. Bloodline, yeah. Legend Bloodline. Oh, I'm a donkey little clad. Bloodline is the hardest scaling legend. Because there's exclusivity in the lifesteal stat. You can't get it anywhere. Or you have to spend massive amount of gold to get it. And also it makes you so that you can optimize your build and not take lifesteal. I mean, he likes scaling and he likes being strong in team fights, so Bloodline definitely suits the playstyle he wants to play. Ugh. If you're going to get lifesteal items, yeah, Bloodline is a lot worse. It's just so good when you take it and you get to save an item slot. Stop! Create space for Nemesis! Oh. I'll say this. TL understands how to team fight with Akali way better than Fnatic does. Fnatic has no idea how to make space for Akali. It's so hard for Nemesis to do his job. No one's ready here to take the Kled ult. Kled gets to go all the way in there. Watch Cap's kick. Alright, let's see the kick. We can try to break this fight down a little bit slower. Oh, he hooked Mickey out of being able to engage with Rakan. That's fucking crazy good. Rakan ult doesn't last that long of a time, and buying time like this is crazy good. Mickey had to flash. W on top of Nemesis. Parts and Mickey is just making short work of Nemesis. Caps. Wait, did he kick Broxa? Oh, I'm not sure if it worked, but you're not able to smite during a knockup. Or is it? Wait, did they change from just suppression? Let me double check. You can? Okay, I'll take Ender's word for it. Just ask me, I know everything. Okay. Only suppression blocks smite, okay. Oof. Oh wow, they... How did Jankos get it? Wait, what? Oh, bro, okay, yeah, he's even smiting during the airborne. You're right, you're right. Did Janko smite? Oh, what? It's near frame. Perfect, like they both sniped at the same time. I don't think Baron would have changed the outcome of this team fight. Actually, because they fought a second time. Would getting Baron change the outcome of the fight? Let's look at the fight. No, G2 already won the fight. Even if Fnatic member has Baron, like then what, Hylithon runs away, these people run away. Yeah, fight still is pretty much the same. Outcome of the fight would have been the same, it's just what they get after is the thing that's different. And Smite is RNG, but it's very controlled RNG. It's not just skill versus skill. There is a lot of factors that go into it, but you get to control those factors, so. Man, I'm so disappointed with how Fnatic set up for things. It's based on level and timing. It is definitely based on level and timing, but when the timing windows are that small, it becomes more about RNG. Let's say like we play a game, you're better than me at this game, but you only win versus me 60% of the time and I win the other 40%. Yes, there's skill involved, but there is still like an RNG aspect to it. That's why I'm saying it's RNG. That's why I'm saying there is RNG. it is very much skill related, but when the outcome differential is very close to 50%, then you have to admit there is a lot of RNG that goes into it. TL would have gotten Baron. TL would have known how to set up for that Baron when the Akali sat ahead, I'll say that. But EU fans will get mad at me for ever suggesting there's things that TL can do better than Fnatic. Watch Caps recall the one by a sliver. TL wouldn't because they would have lost 20 minutes ago. Okay, it's just if I ever want to have like an educational, like a sane stream without arguing or like viewers going crazy, I can never just talk about NA teams. Let's just keep the review to G2 Fnatic. Oh, this is so fucking mentally hard for Fnatic. There's something called loss aversion. It's when people feel like they have something and you take it away from them, or they feel like they're gonna lose something of theirs. It makes you feel really fucking shitty. So that's why you tilt even harder when you feel like you're gonna win a game and then you lose the game. Especially when you think like, oh my god, this is the game 3, we're about to 3-0. Whew. Let's rewatch this one. Holy fuck, that was wild. This fight went on for like 5 minutes. Alright. Kai'Sa bot side. Kled pushing up mid. Kai'Sa bot side, Kled pushing up mid. Going on the Kai'Sa. Gragas disengage. Kled still pushing mid. Fnatic walking towards. Kled got the flank. Fnatic in a holy choke. Look at this choke that Fnatic's in. And look at Perks go in. What the fuck? Oh my god, Perks. This is a little crazy. Okay, they didn't go back on Perks. Instead, they went on Kled. Mickey X gets insta-deleted. R-E-W. Oh, he didn't hit anyone. How did he not hit anyone? What? E. Oh my god, he didn't hit anyone there. Mickey X insta-deleted. Bwipo buying time. Bwipo buying time. Cap stole Zio, Bwipo buying time, Bwipo dead. Perks on the exit. Hook missed. Nemesis looking for an angle. Nemesis looking for an angle. Lee Sin Q missed. G2 escaping in different directions. Everyone split up. Wonder re-engaging on left side of Nemesis. 3 people on top of Wonder. Wonder flash walking away. Nemesis doesn't have spells. Oh, Wonder queued away. Got caught up by Reckless. He got remounted though. Reckless has to run. Akali had to back because fucking cat. While we were doing this, the Kai'Sa TP'd, try to end the game while people were chasing. So everyone has to go and deal with the Kai'Sa. And now Bwipo TPing to try to cut off the... Oh, not even Bwipo. Nemesis TPing, trying to cut off Perks' exit. Reckless flashed on top of Perks. Perks flashed away. Nemesis TP to try to block Kai'Sa, and then bot time now he has to flash away. Holy fuck, how many flashes were used this fight? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Jankos caught Thresh and then finishing him off. Oh, finishing off Lee. Cap dying on the side. Wonder trying to come in. Jankos buying time with Zhonya's. And then Perk's pushing side. My god, that was messy. This was better for G2. Because Akali's almost at full items and people are catching up, and this is slowly helping the gold get close. It's better and better for G2. Oh my god, this is where Mickey actually earns his paycheck. Holy fuck. Look at this shit. R, W, flash, taunt 3 people, and then also cancel Nemesis from something, I'm pretty sure. Yep, cancel Nemesis from using E and getting on top of Wonder. That's a beautiful Rakan play. Fnatic's losing their mind as the game's going on. They're just slowly losing their mind. They are what in the Twitch chat world, what they like to say, Malden. This is a classic case of Malding. I've seen it many times before. Woo! Coming up, game 4. Holy shit, we got 2 more games to go. Alright, let's go. Hey guys, on to game 4 about G2 Fnatic. Game 3 was so tilting for Fnatic, and when you lose like a tilter of a game like that, especially to a team like G2 who are constantly challenging you mentally in terms of their gameplay and also in terms of how they talk to you in all chat, it can't be easy. So I'm excited to see what game 4 looked like. But game 3, it showed where Fnatic is weak, which is when Nemesis gets ahead and they need to do things for him, they aren't very good at it. So I remember in spring where Nemesis was playing Kassadin, he was level 15, about to hit level 16, and the team needed to delay 30 more seconds to make sure they can allow Nemesis to hit level 16 and come to Baron side. But Fnatic started the fight like right before that happened, and Nemesis got... It was just so frustrating to watch as like a Kassadin player. 30 seconds away before you can start taking over the game, but you're not allowed to. So this kind of reminds me of that, where Nemesis is so fed and he needs members of his team to do something. And I'm not sure if he either doesn't communicate or if there's people overruling him, but it feels like from a mid laner perspective, things aren't getting done to allow the mid laner to carry. And that's why like being vocal as a player is part of your skill set. How vocal are you? And that is part of like how much you can carry. If you are able to be vocal, if you are able to tell people what to do when you get ahead, like it's a lot easier to carry. And I'm not sure if Nemesis is doing that. I'm not sure what Fnatic's communication does look like. Anyways, let's get started with this game. Yasuo ban. It looks like they're never going to let them have Yasuo. Yasuo, Kiana, Yumi, TF. I think the last ban is Aatrox from G2, if I remember correctly. They never let Aatrox through the entire game. This makes the Kali first pick really dangerous, because with Sylas ban, now G2 doesn't have a champion to play into Kali. Should be a Kali first pick. Hovering Kaisa for your girlfriend. Oh shit! I forgot about Rakan completely. Oh shit, Rakan first pick. Give over a Kali with Sylas banned? Why ban Sylas if you're gonna first pick Rakan? A little bit of a mistake in my opinion. Now you don't have Sylas to pick into Akali. What are you going to pick into Akali? Quirky. Ugh. Gross. Ugh. That's your adaptation? Dan Silas, first pick Rakan, pick Corki into Akali. Ew. G2 would pick Akali Silas. If they pick Akali Silas, just pick Xayah Rakan. You're more than happy to play versus Akali Silas as a Xayah Rakan. Lux into Rakan. Well, better than the Morg. This Gangplank ban means Akali can also go top lane. But they also banned Gangplank when they weren't planning to have Akali top, so it might just be a sniper ban towards Whippo. Then G2 plays Draven Morg. That's not just a guaranteed Xayah Rakan counter. It is not that easy. Just pick Draven Morg into Xayah Rakan and shit on it. Renekton Gangplank ban makes it Akali top way more likely now. Skarner, Seju ban. Showing flexibility with the Lee Sin pick. Lee into Gragas isn't that great though from what I remember. Because Gragas is one of those junglers that can match Lee early. Lee pick finally coming in. What do you take here? Adds Rakan into Xayah Lux. Trendemir. DOTS dots. DOTSR. Dot sar. Is he spelling something? Draven D-O. Oriana D-O. Trendemir T D-O-T-S-R. D-O-T-S-R. You're just shuffling through random champions. Oh yeah, that's a good call. Skarner ban because they have Rakan. Dory. Is that his girlfriend's name? Dory. And then Syndra into Corki. Oh, Dory. Draven Oriana because his girlfriend's name is Dory or something like that. Okay. Damn. People are getting so creative. Like, Butbo always hovers Kaisa because of his girlfriend. When are pro players gonna start spelling out Locodoco? Yeah, I'm still on this series, Grabs. This has been a long series, and I've been reading Analyst Desk a lot. Or I've been, letting the Analyst Desk section play a lot. Shen into Akali. Wait, they don't know that it's Shen into Akali, right? They have to blind the Shen, yeah. So they still think Akali can be mid lane. Syndra. Oh, you want to ask Grabs something? Oh, Grabs. So normally when I watch you guys play so heavily on side lanes. And I would say if you look at like a heat graph of a G2 game, majority of the kills are on side lane, either top or bottom, after like 15 minutes and after the turrets go down. Like this game, both you guys and Fnatic play so much like 5v5s and 4v4s in mid lane and like utilizing teleports to teleport to mid and fight. Was there a reason why this game was way more team fight focused than like side lane and skirmish focused and split push focused? Also, this Lee Syndra puts the burden of execution on G2. They need to make sure they get this going. And the whole point of that Syndra last pick, I'd have to imagine, is to make sure they can blow up into Corki. Alright, let's get to the game. Yeah, game 4 and somewhat in game 3 also. And Fnatic just kept grouping with champions like Renekton and Gangplank instead of keep split pushing. Oh, Cam, sorry about that. This is game 4. Oh, yeah, I meant game 2 and 3. Yeah, I meant game 2 and 3 because this is game 4. Akali, like, there's just some champions that are melee champions, but that really aren't melee champions. And I think Akali's one of them. Akali's not really a melee champion when you lane versus her. Like, playing versus stuff like Akali and GP as an actual melee champion is so toxic. Oof. Laning already brutal. Lee doing early level 3 pass, double golem, red, blue, gives him one of the fastest level 3s. Gragas doing the normal predator pass, 3 camps into predator buy. Is there even a kill opportunity here? Wait, a dive? You're gonna dive this? How? I guess if Lux binding hit, that was possible. They are missing huge creep. Wow, this is actually working out. 3 waves built up. Jesus. 3 waves built up, jungler not close by. Damn. Bwipo can't TP here. You're saying imagine Bwipo TPs? Well, here's a TP, watch. They just back out. Okay, never mind. I'm trolling. But they could have backed out here. No, after this, they could have backed out initially. Because they can exit this way, but they want to cancel the wave to make sure they can't do it. If they pull wave to here, like Lux is here, and they're actually doing it like this, I think it's way more viable. But because they're watching going here, I think that's what's fucking them. Because they need to cancel this wave, and they also don't want Fnatic to go under turret. I think this can be done, but you have to do it through here. You can't just like sit directly on top of this. Oh shit, this is where the Akali comes. I heard your parents aren't home. Turn on the sound for it. Okay.
Through his down as well in exchange for Mickey's flash only, but look at the golden experience being denied.
It is a massive denial here from G2, basically single-handedly winning the mid lane. Now in the mid, there was this flash trade where Caps did have to lose it. Now they're TPing in. That's gonna be the Shen.
Oh, that's a flash dash taunt! All of a sudden, Whippy manages to catch one. Mickey is in trouble. He gets taken out. First blood secured one.
Akali is following. Look at Wonder come in! Oh my god!
Way down onto Whippo. That shuriken lasts forever. Manages to find the kill. Now all of a sudden there was a turret plate or 2 secured.
That was good, that was good. It's one of the funniest mechanics. Akali's just following through with the E. Oh. This makes early game really brutal. Whee! So Akali does this where she's running and then she'll jump over terrain. So you guys can see it too. I'll play it in regular speed. So she'll jump over terrain that's there. She's like, whoo, backflip, jump, backflip, Naruto run, Naruto run, Naruto run, backflip. It actually looks really cool. So you can cancel that as an Akali if you flash. I mean, Wonder doesn't want to cancel it, but in the case that anyone wants to cancel it as you're using that E, you can flash to cancel. You can cancel it with ult as well. I had no idea. I've only seen it canceled with flash. But apparently Twitch chat says you can cancel it with R. There's just so many iconic moments from this game, that Akali jump and also the 2v2 around mid lane, or the 2v1 around mid lane with caps, that I got spoiled. Let's see how we build up to those moments. Hex Drinker on Quirky is such a core buy versus Syndra. Because Quirky can start buying or getting priority versus Syndra, but you have to make sure you're never like about to get bursted. Like as a Quirky, you'll eventually get priority versus Syndra. Like you can poker, like the auto trays are good for you, extended trays are fine for you, but there comes a case where you can get bursted. That's why people buy Hex Drinker versus Syndra like so often, like any kind of champion playing versus Syndra, or any kind of champion playing versus burst champions in general. Also, the top gap's happening more and more so. Shen constantly using ult on bot side, TP on bot side to give bot lane a lead. Akali just farming to her. Enabling good Akalis, oof. I feel like once you get to a certain level of Akali, or a certain level as an Akali player and a certain amount of expertise, and you can get yourself to certain degrees of items, it's just impossible to play versus you. She has way too much mobility tools, her W, her ult. So I feel really scared whenever a team is letting an Akali farm or letting an Akali get ahead. Kali almost at Gunblade. G2 has to open the game through Akali if she gets ahead enough. Oof. How did this even go happen? Mickey X on the left side of lane. Has to walk through this side to make sure. Flash dodge the Gragasy. I cannot believe he just literally walked down mid lane and still managed to live. Just walking down mid lane. Took Ezreal ult. I guess Flash and Lux W2 OP literally was able to walk in. Park's TPing back to bot side. Caps just use EQ to clear the wave. Oh, Broxah should have held ult a little bit more. Caps had no flash. That's so tilting at Fnatic. Rip. Rip Baroni. Mental gone. Mental gone. Mental go. Bye bye. Guess Herald. Syndra no longer in danger. Also, Mickey constantly going mid to try to match the roams and to try to make sure Syndra doesn't get pushed in all the way. It's an Akali, undiveable champion. 2 dashes, invisibility. Don't even fucking try. This dive setup on the other hand, and caps landing, that's done. QE max distance. Oof, this is a mentally broken game. I mean, Akali, like, this game, if Caps isn't an insane player, I feel like how it should have gone was Akali becomes too fed, and Fnatic's game plan becomes how much can we handle the Akali with the amount of taunts and the CC we have with like Shen, the Rakan, the Gragas, versus how well is the Akali going to be able to carry, how much space can G2 buy. But that's not what happened. Like, it didn't become about Akali, it just became about, okay, G2 is just so good about the mid lane play and playing around mid, we're just going to destroy you in mid side, and the Akali thing is just going to be an insurance for us. Akali should have been their primary concern, and she ended up not even being their primary concern. I mean, now Fnatic just has way too much problems to deal with. Akali is a huge problem. Syndra Lee Sin is a huge problem. Lux constantly going mid with Syndra and seizing on you is a huge problem. There's just so much big problem for G2 to deal with, there's way too much big problems that G2 proposes to Fnatic. And this is like classic G2, right? Playing out 3 lanes, causing problems in all 3 lanes. You go to deal with one of the problems, the other end, what is it? It's just shoving themselves down your throat. Multi-angle, multi-lane, multifaceted gameplay, playing the entire map. Xayah farming topside, Xayah farming jungle while this whole shit is going on. This game's definitely on G2 tempo. Oh, Capstad. Capstad is my favorite bandwagon fan. He used to like Fnatic when Fnatic was #1. Now he likes G2. He just likes whoever's #1. When it's spread out like this and they're causing problems in all 3 lanes and you can't win any of the 3 and your only option is to engage on mid side. Let's see if they actually get this engaged properly. All they have to do here is lib. Just lib and catch them on the exit and let the other lanes do their thing. Perked is constant. He took this Gromp camp earlier, now he's taking Krug. Perked isn't constantly pushing, because maybe he feels like he can't win the 1v1 or he has to be careful of the Shen. But any kind of lead he gets, he's turning it into more jungle camps and he's trying to snowball this lead. And when they're just styling on people. Oh. Just from Fnatic's perspective, it's so frustrating because like they're poking at you from everywhere, and the one area you can engage them is mid lane, and they know you're gonna engage them on mid lane, so they're keeping the distance. So you try to force it, and they create distance. Ugh. G2 got their game plan going, spread out on all 3 lanes, pressure from all three, constantly up our advantage from all three lanes. Once they get rolling, they're such a scary team. That's why they're so good about snowballing, because they snowball in the most aggressive manner possible, which is playing the game wide as possible. While the most aggressive manner might seem like, oh, just play the game slow, what is it, group up and try to dive and overforce things. Like, that's not how you snowball fast as possible. How you snowball fast as possible is pressure the entire map and gain advantages on entire map. And when people try to do stuff, catch them off. Ugh. It's so... Ugh. Remember what we talked about giving Akali space? G2 does that perfectly. They give Akali space to carry. Like, you can do that in defensive manners, but you can also do that in offensive manners with like Lee Sin and Syndra. Like, by you getting in there, like, people are forced to deal with the Lee Sin, people are forced to deal with the Syndra. And when they use any of their cooldown, then we'll let the Akali have fun. Well, this just seems like an everyday G2 game. What a game. They're in a different world. There's a mid game that happens where Caps actually dies in mid lane, and the game becomes about Fnatic team fighting versus Akali, and how well can Akali snowball her lead. Like, how does she deal with Shenton? How does she deal with Rakan taunt? How does she deal with Gragas? Like, there's a world where Akali is struggling to deal with all those tools, and G2 is about how do we make Syndra relevant. Okay, we fell down, we got behind with Lee Sin, Syndra. Like, these are champions we need to snowball. How do we deal with mid game? Like, there is another world where they're dealing with that, but this wasn't that world. Caps just beast moded a 2v1 dive, and Akali became a secondary problem, not a primary one. So we got game 5 of G2 versus Fnatic. Game 4 was G2 actually just running over Fnatic. It was a lot of Fnatic breaking down and G2 just getting rolling with their strat. And one thing that the casters talked about that I think is really important is Mickey being finally activated again, and Mickey like being alive and being part of G2 and what they're doing. And also, Wonder's just been on a tear since Game 3. I think his Game 3 performance on Kled was really good. His Game 4 Akali was really good. So that's also being a huge problem from G2. I loved how Bippo said one of the ways that Fnatic beats G2 is top gap, where it's actually top gap from G2's end and not Fnatic. So let's start with Game 5. TF ban. TF Yuumi are going to have to be like staple bans for G2. Aatrox ban. It was Yasuo, Kiana. I don't think Fnatic's going to open either up. And Yuumi. Yep. TF Aatrox Yuumi. That's the most ideal ban from for Fnatic from G2. I'm glad they arrived at that conclusion. So now the problem here is Rakan and Sylas. These are the two bans that Fnatic has to decide with and which one they're going to deal with. They don't have real counters into Rakan, and honestly they don't have real counters into Akali, so they're kind of damned if you do, damned if you don't. I rather they leave open both and just split. I think if they ban one or the other, it's actually a mistake. Leave open both and split it. Okay, perfect. Take Rakan. They have to take Akali Xayah. If they don't take Akali Xayah, then they give over Xayah Rakan. Yeah. Forced into this situation. Now G2 can take Sylas versus Akali. Yep. Kled. Ooh, Sylas Kled. Sylas could be jungle, but Sylas into Akali definitely is a thing, and it's the most common counter versus Akali. I'm surprised they drafted Kled this early though. They must be very confident in their jungle pool. G2 can take a jungle here, a support here isn't bad either. Oh, this is the Cassidy game. Holy fuck. Oh my god, I remember this game. Oh my god, this is the one game I kinda caught. Kai'Sa ban, okay. Oh, I'll talk about why this Elise pick was kinda meh. It's not that great with Akali because you're already double AP. And they made it even worse. So Thresh, that was one of Fnatic's pick into Rakan, so that's why they banned it. Jax, a counter pick into Kled that Whippo probably plays. Blitz, Braum, no, not happening. Braum? What? I think Hillsong is one of the best playmakers in Europe, and to put him on Braum is so questionable. If anything, go Leona. You're versus a Rakan. What the fuck? Fnatic inting their draft away. Or even, yeah, All-Star. Ezreal here, the game's been mostly about top side, so Seju with double melee solos, that feels so good. Oh, this Cassidy pick is abysmal. Just absolute fucking trash. Why I think this Cassidy pick is so garbage is you already have a AP jungler and an AP top lane. Like versus a Kled, versus a Sylas. These champions are going to get going early. These champions are going to pressure you in lane. Like, Kassadin doesn't turn on until level 16. Like, Kassadin here with 2 AP picks already locked in, and it's a late game pick. Like, Kassadin as a champion just isn't a real pick until level 16. I'm flabbergasted that they would pick Kassadin here. I think it's absolute trash. I think it should have been Renekton. Or something, like... Or even Fiora into Kled, that's a pick, like, I don't understand. My best bet there would probably be with Fnatic's champion pool, Renekton. Renekton top, Akali mid. Like, so, someone from chat is saying that Nemesis explained in stream the Cassidy pick was because he wanted to pick something that will allow him to carry the hardest, but this fucks your comp so hard and you won't be carrying until level 16 and the game's gonna be over till then. Okay. Game 5 versus G2 and that's what it comes down to. Cassidy pick. Ugh. This is not going to be pretty. Sejuani's starting blue. I think the Cassidy pick there isn't. I don't think there's a good explanation. At least doing uber fast level 3. Blue, red, Crux. Let's see. It's level 3 Sejuani gank. Not happening. At least not looking for anything level 3 either. I think Fnatic didn't plan on picking Kassadin, and it's like a last minute adaptation they made towards the end. Because if they were planning on picking Cassidy, they definitely wouldn't have drafted Elisa Kali before. Or maybe Nemesis didn't want to play a Kali after game 3. And sometimes players will tell you, look, I don't think I can play this champion right now, or I don't want to play this champion, and that's just what it is. If they don't want to play it, then what can you do? Oof. Cassidy with early flash. Oh, he went back to kill Caps. Wait. Just run away. Oh, going back for Caps. Oof. First blood. Cassidy dead. Wave gonna get pushed in. They killed Eds on bot side though. Kled TP'd. Picked up a kill. Oh, Nikki lived. They might pick up an additional here. Oh my god, are they gonna pick up an additional one? Oh, these TPs wonder. Oh my god. They're winning 2 sides of the map. Oh, this feels bad. Part type XD and all chat here. Bot lane pretty over. Mid 2v2 gonna be over. Elise falling behind to Sejuani. Holy shit. Not where you wanna be. And Elise is all about early game and what you can get done. If you can get shit done early and you build full AP, you can be relevant later on into the game. But if you don't, then you're just not even relevant later on in the game either. Wow, and it seems like I'm not too sure on the Kled Akali matchup, but looks like Wonder still being able to lane even after TPing bot. He picked up kills, so it does make him easier. It does make it easier. Well, this isn't even laning; they're just straight fucking diving. Well, bot lane over, mid lane over, now top lane over. Well, at least the Cassidy is scaling, right, guys? Jesus. Oh, what a brutal setup. Getting doped by Kled is so frustrating. Him getting reset and him getting courage again to get the Kled, or to get his mount back. Oh my. Kled picked up early Hex Drinker versus Akali Elise Cassidy, and this champion's never gonna die. There isn't any rules against all chat, but there is like a sportsmanship rule. So if you all chat like something like, oh, your mother's ugly or something, that's not relevant to the game, then you can get fined. But there isn't a rule against like, you can't all chat. You can taunt and like you can tease your opponents, but there is like a sportsmanship rule. Yeah, there is a sportsmanship rule. Oof, Broxa holding stun there was so good. Holding stun till the very end. Opening with ult. At least just one shot it. Didn't even flash. Akali abandoned top. Wonder just getting free farm in the world. Even if Jankos dies here, completely fine. Oh, doesn't even die. Well, this game's over. Lost all 3 lanes. Hopefully by 2020, Kassadin will have scaled up enough where he can start being relevant in the game. I'm just still shocked they actually drafted Kassadin for game 5. Oh my god. I think Kassadin in pro play has to get used as a counter pick, and you also have to make sure you have like incredibly strong winning side lanes. They put themselves in a situation where they have potentially 3 losing lanes. Yeah, I think Kassadin would be way more viable in NA. Look at this game, it's just... We got bot turret, rotate mid, forced dive. Oh, there it is. Sejuani Kled ahead, forcing dives along with Rakan. Mickey coming in, making sure to tank for Wonder so he can exit. It's like what, Kassadin versus LeBlanc. That's like a really long train. Like that's like a one where it's a little bit more acceptable. LeBlanc has hard time with wave control. Kassadin can trade well versus LeBlanc, or like Kassadin into Corki. This game's realistically over 16-3 at 14 minutes. Damn, G2 legit trolled the first 2 games. They literally legit just trolled the first 2 games. I think second game was actually really big on G2 also, them not realizing TF was problematic and letting TF through. Again, what I think about freezing, I just don't think freezing's that practical in current state of the game. Oh, that Kled. That Kled is fucking out of control. That Sejuani's out of control. Silas out of control. Ezreal getting there also. Next time G2 and Fnatic play each other, G2 will not let TF through. I think next time it's going to be a 3-0. Oh, kind of close. Like, what does Fnatic have beyond TF? Oof. Garen Yuumi. I'm not sure how strong the Pyke Mordekaiser counter is, but G2 apparently thinks it can work. If they try that again and the Pyke Mordekaiser works, that's also a huge problem for Fnatic. If it doesn't work, they can always ban Yuumi. Wow, this was a yikes of a game. G2 finishing before 20 minutes. Damn, what a series. Oof, what a series. I really think game 5 came down to draft. Like Fnatic broke down mentally, and I'm pretty sure oh my god, what the fuck? I'm pretty sure it wasn't their game plan to draft Kassadin. Nemesis should have been the one that played Akali. I think their game plan was Renekton at least Akali, because Whipple plays so much AD top laners, like Renek, Aatrox. What else does he play? I mean, Whipple is like the bruiser, AD carry, AD top laner. It just makes so little sense for him to play Akali. And for Fnatic to end up with, GP, for Fnatic to end up with 3 AP on top side of the map. Well, amazing best of 5. I was very happy to review this. Also, I'm very curious how rest of European matches are, and this best of 5 actually makes me more scared for Fnatic, not more scared for G2. When I see a team like reverse sweep, it's like, oh, you just barely made it. But this is more of, holy fuck, G2, just ban TF next time. Like, it makes me way more scared for Fnatic next time they meet, not G2's the one that's gonna have problems. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the VOD reviews. If you're catching me on YouTube, don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment. And maybe stop by and check out my Twitch channel sometime, twitch.tv/Locodoco. Alright, bye guys.